Hello everyone, Gino from Gertens. My yard took a beating this winter and it looks bad. You can see all the bare spots from the long period of snow cover that we had. Today I'm going to show you a few quick, easy tips on how to seed your lawn this spring, something you can do right away so you can enjoy that nice lawn that you used to have or you wish you had. So let's get started. First thing we want to do is to get rid of all the loose debris. You can see all the leaves and twigs and all the stuff that the winter left us, and we're just going to rake this stuff up nice and easy. I'm using a leaf rake, just get rid of some of this loose, easy to remove debris. So now we got the area cleaned up, and what we want to do is just loosen up the subsoil a little bit. And you can see I used what I call a hard rake or a short tooth garden rake. And we want to leave what's there that we hope might continue to grow. We want to leave that all in place. Good seed soil contact, good germination. Good seed soil contact, good germination. So you can see we have lawn seeding soil, and you can see why I like using this. It'll enhance germination. It breaks apart easily. It's nice and loose. Water drains through it nice, fills in those low spots. Make sure you use some lawn seeding soil when you put some seed down. And then we're just going to spread it out. We're just going to take our garden rake or a hard tooth rake, and we're just going to spread it out just like that. You don't need a lot. Just float your rake over the area. You're going to be surprised how well the seed takes and germinates to this. So one other thing that we'll do is anywhere where we've put a little bit thicker layer of seeding soil, we're just going to tap those areas so they firm up and you don't get too much settling. You want a 1/4 inch footprint. So when you walk on it, you want a 1/4 inch footprint. If you have a 1/4 inch footprint, you have enough compaction. If you have a 1/2 inch footprint, you didn't compact it enough. If you have no footprint, that means you need to loosen it up. 1/4 inch footprint, you know you have enough compaction in the soil. We have a large tree here that we're contending with, and we want to make sure that we get grass to grow properly underneath this thick maple canopy. And so I've picked out a premium dense shade mix. The JRK seed blends are formulated to do well in our part of the country here in Minnesota. We're going to apply some grass seed in this area, and we'll show you how easy that is to do. So when you're applying your seed, a lot of times people say, how do I get the seed down evenly? For small areas, use a small hand spreader like this. And for large areas, use your fertilizer spreader. So people will say, well, how much seed do you want to put down? There's a few rules of thumb to follow. On a big area, you want to put down about 2.5 pounds if the lawn is thin, and about 5 pounds of grass seed per 1,000 square feet if the lawn is bare. If you're just trying to get an idea of, am I putting down the right amount of seed? 16 seeds per square inch. That's how many you want. 16 seeds per square inch. I don't recommend that you sit and count that. 2.5 pounds per 1,000 square feet on a thin lawn. On a lawn that you're starting new, about 5 pounds per 1,000 square feet. Lightly run the rake back and forth. The tine's down this time, but just ever so lightly. And we're just going to push that seed in and around to get good seed soil contact. It's really just stirring that seed up. This actually enhances the seed soil contact. So tapping it together, you don't need to do that. If you have a big yard, that's almost impossible. You might want to use a roller, but for a small patch, go ahead and tap down that seed into the soil a little bit. Good seed soil contact. This doesn't hurt the seed. If you have the seed more than a 1/4 inch below the soil, it doesn't germinate. Now we're going to give it a little seed starting fertilizer. This seed starter has crabgrass preventer in it that doesn't hurt the new seedlings. Crabgrass preventer that's safe for seeding, so it'll keep the crabgrass out of your lawn in the spring when the crabgrass is active. It'll also give it some fertilizer, and it helps establish the lawn quicker without competition from weeds. So now we have the seed and the fertilizer down. We're going to cheat a little bit, as I'd like to say. This is cover grow. These little pellets are compressed ground up newspaper that help hold the moisture in, and it also helps with erosion. So we're going to spread this over the area. So now we have the grass seed down, we have the fertilizer down, we have the cover grow down that's going to help hold moisture and keep the hard rains from washing away our work. So now all that's left to do is to keep the seed bed moist. Water it for a few minutes in the morning, a few minutes in the afternoon, and maybe again in the evening if you have a chance. Keeping the seed bed moist will enhance germination and you'll get faster establishment. Continue to water that way until you mow it the first time. You should be able to mow this seed bed in 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes in the spring when it's a little bit cooler, it takes a little bit longer. If you have a little bit warmer temperature, you'll end up mowing a little bit sooner.